Could you talk about your tweet? Are you going to leave the U.S. or are you staying here? I'm just asking. You just tweeted it out. Why are you all so anxious for me to leave? I pay more than you. I won't say that part. Him too.
Everybody keeps saying I said I was leaving. I was doing a Jimmy Kimmel skit. I was portraying a Magic 8-Ball. You remember that? Did you see that?
I did see that. I'm just asking the question to clear it up. We'll clear it up.
You could have cleared it up by being a smart journalist yourself and saying, you know that was a Jimmy Kimmel skit, right?
Very calm and straightforward and clear.
I'm an extremely stable genius.
You won't guess what Samuel L. Jackson just disclosed about Donald Trump. And believe me, Trump isn't handling it well. Picture this: national television, cameras capturing every moment, an audience crammed in tighter than Trump's confidence, and there's Samuel L. Jackson dressed to impress, calm and composed, with that expression that conveys, "You're about to hear something you can't unhear." The host nonchalantly mentions Trump's name, attempting to maintain a playful tone, but it's as if they've ignited a spark in a fireworks warehouse.
Very calm.
Kellyanne's right, you were very calm.
Very calm and straightforward and clear.
I'm an extremely stable genius.
Jackson raises an eyebrow, leans in, and throws the initial jab. Trump calling himself a stable genius is like me calling myself a 5'2" ballerina. Delusional doesn't even begin to cover it. The audience goes wild. There are chuckles, intake of breath, and sporadic clapping. Yet in a gilded section of Mar-a-Lago, it's evident Trump's phone has begun vibrating with the intensity of countless, furious tweets gearing up.
It's very exciting. So there you go. It says, I don't know Samuel L. Jackson, to best of my knowledge, haven't played golf with him, and think he does too many TV commercials. Boring, not a fan.
However, Samuel had not finished. Oh no, this wasn't merely a casual roast. This was an intense, Quentin Tarantino-style monologue filled with subtle insults. He likened Trump's presidency to a sequel. Nobody asked for, nobody needed, but somehow ended up more expensive and way worse than the original. When the host inquired if he would ever think about portraying a character like Trump, Jackson remained unfazed. He retorted, "I've played a lot of villains." But even they had better morals. That specific line? Immediate meme material. Twitter erupted. YouTube thumbnails appeared quicker than Trump switched attorneys. It was the roast of the season, and we're just beginning. What precisely did Jackson mention that made Trump rush to protect his image?
They were charging me some pool fee for being at I haven't been there. But somebody did send me something today that said Trump said he didn't know me.
He said he didn't know you. I actually have his
Let
tweet
me see
right
the
here.
tweet.
What caused the hashtag Samuel vs. Trump to dominate the internet like a digital tempest? And even more significantly, did Jackson just suggest a secret the public is not meant to be aware of? Oh, fasten your seatbelt. Due to this narrative, it's on the verge of becoming a complete Hollywood thriller. Long before cameras captured Samuel L. Jackson eviscerating Trump with that iconic mic drop, the friction between them had already begun to bubble. You see, this isn't merely some random celebrity feud. It's an epic tale.
I ask about Donald Trump. You are in a feud with Donald Trump right now. Do you know this?
No, I don't.
Because this is very exciting.
Oh,
for
really?
me, because he doesn't like me either, and so anytime there's somebody new he doesn't like, I feel a fraternity, a brotherhood with this.
Okay.
It traces back to Trump's golf club in New Jersey, where Jackson previously played several rounds. Seems harmless, doesn't it? Incorrect. Trump, in typical fashion, asserted that he hardly knew Jackson and had never golfed with him. However, Samuel refused to accept it. He responded on Twitter in his signature style. "I've met you, I've played golf with you, and I've seen your swing." Don't lie. Bang. Conflict initiated. However, it didn't end there. Trump, who labels himself the king of deals and the best golfer in the world, cue the eye roll, couldn't take the loss. He claimed Jackson was dishonest, labeled him overrated, and attempted to play dumb as if he didn't recognize him. Typical Trump avoidance. However, Jackson, he perceived it like Nick Fury identifying a disguised Hydra agent. He responded with a timeless remark. Trump cheats at golf as he does in life messily, without shame, and yet still boasting about it.
You claim right here you have met him.
Yeah, I've met him a lot.
You've played golf with him.
I played golf with him.
He
I
claims-
actually played golf with him with Anthony Anderson one day.
Gotcha.
And we were all playing together, and we clearly saw him hook a ball into a lake at Trump National in Jersey. And his caddy told him he found it.
That single quote might have terminated many careers, but for Jackson, it was merely a Tuesday. Their rivalry quietly lingered for years, surfacing occasionally like an unwanted sequel that no one requested. However, this time Jackson elevated it to an entirely different level, one that left even Trump's staunchest supporters at a loss for words. Why at this moment? What drove Jackson to reveal the most significant truth of his career? Could it be that he possesses knowledge that the public is unaware of? We're lifting the veil, my friend. Prepare yourself, as the main attraction is approaching shortly, and it strikes like a Pulp Fiction knockout blow to the face. Here it is. The instant Samuel L. Jackson struck the match, threw it onto Trump's legacy, and departed without glancing back. Imagine the scene. Dazzling lights, filming in progress, spectators captivated by each word. The host inquires if Jackson has ever considered portraying Trump in a film. Currently, many people may avoid that question or chuckle it away. However, not Samuel, not Sir. Say what again? Jackson. He leans forward, tilts his head a bit, and with the composed anger of someone who's endured too much nonsense, he states, "I've played drug lords, villains, and even snakes on a damn plane. But I've never played a character who lies this badly, cheats this shamelessly, and still calls himself a stable genius."
Not a bad thing.
Now, it's very interesting when Donald Trump says someone is out on TV too much, because, he's with exposure, he thinks it's very careful to just barely be on TV at all.
Barely get yourself.
That roll's too far-fetched even for Hollywood. Bang. The audience in the studio, completely quiet for a moment, then exploded like a volcano. There were exclamations. Laughter ensued. Someone actually let their phone fall. And somewhere, miles distant, Trump's fingers were likely already typing an all-caps explosion from his gilded seat in Mar-a-Lago. However, Jackson still had more to say. "Oh no," he continued onward. He likened Trump's presidency to a low-budget science fiction film, where the alien lands, takes over the government, and spends 4 years tweeting instead of fixing anything. The manner in which he presented it? Sleek, deadly, and remarkably precise. The internet seized that moment quicker than a TikTok trend, and it began accumulating views like popcorn at a Marvel launch. And do you want to hear the craziest part? Jackson concluded with a mysterious statement that left everyone bewildered. Certain individuals portray villains in films. Some people act like villains on screen. Others act like villains in real life. Only one gets paid to lie to the camera, the other one gets elected.
He called me one day. I was here in New York, and he was always calling me, "Samuel L. the Don." Who? The Don. Oh, Mr. Trump, how you doing? Yeah, you busy today? No. You want to play golf? Sure. Well, I'm not going to play, but I got a friend who wants to play, and we're going to play at my club in, it was over here, not in Manhattan, but
Okay.
the other Trump club that's on this side of it.
Microphone. Let go. Play. Done. But wait, as this shocking news didn't only shake Trump's Twitter activities, it ignited a response that descended into utter turmoil. And what actions did Trump take next? Let's just say, it wasn't particularly presidential. Brace yourself. Trump's breakdown is coming, and it's more chaotic than any of his legal battles. As anticipated, when the second Jackson roast aired, Trump's phone could have easily gone up in flames. The man immediately shifted into DEFCON 1 mode. Initially appeared the typical Trump tactic, the rejection. "I am not familiar with Samuel L. Jackson. I have never encountered him, have never seen his films. Not really a supporter. Sure, fine." In the meantime, half of the internet was sharing pictures of them playing golf together and videos of Trump complimenting Jackson during interviews. The invoices? Without limits. And the twist? Tasty. Then arrived the furious tweets. numerous misspellings. Samuel L. Jackson is a failure, loser. Twitter had a blast with that. Memes emerged in an instant. Jackson edited to hold a dictionary. Trump competing in spelling bees with kids. And someone even created a fake movie poster titled Snakes on a Tweet, The Trump Meltdown. Immediate classic. But this is where it becomes unpredictable. Trump didn't limit himself to merely mocking Jackson's career. He targeted the man's legacy, stating he's over, bitter, and envious. En VO, of what? Your fourth charge? The internet wasn't accepting it. Hashtags surged. Jackson roasted Trump. Loser-in-chief, and the top one Sauger stable genius, my ass. And still, amidst all the commotion, individuals couldn't rid themselves of one query. Was there a deeper meaning in Jackson's speech? Something Trump hoped the world would overlook? Due to that enigmatic antagonist line? Certainly. It had people engaging in some intense deciphering. And now, we're going straight into the heart of it. What was Jackson truly expressing? What if this was not merely a roast, but actually a caution? Let's delve deeper. Why Samuel L. Jackson? He doesn't merely make jabs for amusement. This individual has been combating injustice both on and off the screen for many years. Thus, when he states, "Some act like villains in real life," he isn't merely being artistic, he's raising a warning. Jackson wasn't merely mocking Trump's spelling or golfing abilities. He was emphasizing the broader perspective. Leadership distorted into performance. A guy who expects allegiance like a crime lord, but can't take a joke without throwing a digital fit. What is Jackson's true message? True leaders don't boast. They take action. They don't post tweets. They guide. They do not conceal themselves with lies. Instead, they confront the truth, regardless of its ugliness. He even suggested that Trump is not only a poor leader, but also a persona. A perilous exaggeration forged by media sensationalism, supported by pride and sustained by refusal to acknowledge reality. And when Jackson remarked, "I've seen better character arcs in soap operas," he wasn't merely trying to be humorous. He targeted a blow directly at the core of Trump's crafted image. Was Jackson suggesting that there's more to Trump's persona than we realize? A shadowy narrative unfolding in the backdrop? That perhaps, just perhaps, the actual threat isn't the roast, but the facts concealed openly? Sure. Let that soak in. If you believed Samuel L. Jackson was finished, reconsider, as the man didn't merely stop at criticizing Trump's stable genius assertion or his legendary misspellings. Nah, he switched to full beast mode, dropping zingers that had the entire internet holding their sides. A favorite among the crowd? Jackson's subtle jab at Trump's golf abilities, precisely that game Trump boasts about, as if it's the secret to global harmony. Jackson joked, "Trump's golf swing resembles someone trying to swat flies, and the only thing he's achieving is excuses." Oof, that struck like a 300-yard shot directly into the Twitter feed. Naturally, the hair jokes started pouring in quicker than you can utter comb-over catastrophe. Jackson quipped, "The only thing Trump's hair is leading is a rebellion against physics." You could almost witness the internet bursting with gifs of hair flip mishaps and wind fans. And as if that weren't sufficient, Samuel made a classic reference to his beloved cult film, Snakes. "If I had a snake on a plane, it'd be the lies slithering through the White House." Bang. This one gained global attention and triggered a flood of memes likening Trump's administration to a horror movie that no one wished to see. Then, Trump, always eager to confront challenges, what did he do? Indeed, he issued a challenge and called Jackson out for a golf game. You might assume this is a gesture of goodwill, correct? No, it was more akin to adding gas to a blaze. The internet went wild. Golfgate erupted with fans discussing who would triumph, with numerous people claiming Jackson would teach Trump a lesson in honesty and golf. Certain fans even edited images of Jackson in golfing attire, adding captions such as, "Snakes off the course, truth on the tee." All these instances fueled the rivalry with intensity, reminding everyone that this goes beyond humor. It's a significant cultural event. Samuel L. Jackson's biting wit wasn't merely amusing, it was illuminating a far more significant issue. Now the question is, will this rivalry intensify further? What new surprises are lurking just ahead? Eventually, time will reveal the answer. Okay, so what are your thoughts on this legendary battle? Was Samuel L. Jackson merely joking for amusement, or was he revealing something Trump wishes to keep hidden? Did Trump overstep with those furious tweets and spelling mistakes, or is he merely attempting to preserve his image in the most uncomfortable manner? Share your opinions in the comments, and let's ignite this discussion. And hey, if you're enjoying this, tap that like button, subscribe, and activate that notification bell. Believe me, you definitely won't want to overlook what's coming up next. A sequel video is in the works featuring even more astonishing revelations and hidden details about this conflict. You'll definitely want seats in the front row for that.